So we just got out of the theater watching the Happy Gilmore 29th anniversary release, and this is our reaction. Stay tuned for the review.
I love this movie. It is a timeless classic. Tons of good humor, good performances by the two main actors. It's a very quotable movie for the ages. I love this movie. I would watch it 100 times over.
Yeah, it was a long time since I had seen it, so I was expecting to like crack up the whole movie, and I laughed a lot, but I didn't laugh quite as much as I thought I was going to. But it was just still a great movie. Maybe some of the humor just changed, or maybe I'm not 12 years old anymore. But it was a great movie. I'm glad I came to see it. Looking forward to Happy Gilmore 2. I wish that was going to be in the theater. But I'm Ryan Jacob.
I'm Brandon Kelly.
And we are at the cinema.
All right. So for anybody that doesn't know, Happy Gilmore came out in the 90s, 1996 to be exact. I did not watch it when it first came out in theaters. I was 3 years old at the time, but I did watch it when it came out on VHS. The reason why we're doing it now, a review on it now, is just because it's the 29th anniversary and it's the first time that either of us have seen it in theaters.
Yeah, I can't remember if I seen it in theaters or not. I do remember that I watched Big Daddy in the theaters. It was a long time ago. I was about 13 years old in 96. Now, the reason most like Star Wars is in theaters right now, the Revenge of the Sith, because it's a 30-year anniversary. So this is 29 years instead of 30 years, but they're doing that because Happy Gilmore 2 is about to be released on Netflix. And unfortunately, I don't think it's coming to theaters. I really hope that it gets some kind of limited theater run. That would be really dope. But you know, the story of the movie, you know, it's a tropey story. Compete against somebody to win something that you want, but it still holds up. It was a good story, holds your attention the whole time. It's not too cheesy of a story or anything like that, even though it is a pretty basic story, but it is a comedy.
Yeah, the acting is phenomenal by Adam Sandler and Christopher McDonald. The rivalry that they have between each other is awesome. Yeah, there are other better rivalries on screen, but that, I mean, I don't know if it's just because it's such a classic to me, but I love their rivalry in that movie.
Yeah, no, everybody acted really great in that show. There wasn't anybody that took me out of it or anything, but I will say a couple of the extras, or maybe just one of them, maybe two, like looked at the camera for a second. You could tell them look away real quick or something, but you know, they're not actors, they're just extras, which one thing I want to say is 90s fashion. They all look like wrestlers in tennis, windbreakers and mullets. What
Definitely.
Can you say? In the visual style, you know, like the cinematography and everything, it holds up. You know, the editing of the movie was fine. I like the graininess, you know, that was in the movies 30 years ago. That was great. Now, I did notice a couple times that some of the people were out of focus in the shot. Now, I noticed first, and then I seen it again, and both times it was Happy out of focus and then like the back of old girl's head was in focus. So like the second time I'd done that, it's like maybe that's a creative decision. But then when Happy is talking about his happy place, or I mean, when Chubbs was talking about the happy place, he was out of focus. I don't know if it was because it was about to go into a dream sequence or just their older technology, it was harder to focus and they just didn't focus, because every time it cut back to him, he was still unfocused.
Yeah, it had a good soundtrack. There's not a lot of music in the movie, but the music that is good music.
Yeah, good timeless music.
And like the the sound editing and stuff is pretty good.
Yeah. They got
for a 90s movie, definitely.
Yeah, definitely have all the sound effects from, the punching and the ball flying through the air and all that.
Yeah.
You gotta add that to get that theatrical feel of, over exaggeration of what's going on and whatnot.
I'm definitely glad I watched it in theaters. It was definitely a good theater experience. I wish that I could have watched it when it came out in theaters, but I'm glad that I was able to watch it now. It was a good experience. I had a good time.
Yeah, they're wanting a packed crowd in there. There was a few other groups of people, and I could tell some of them were young. And I could tell at least one person hadn't seen the movie, and they were laughing at parts and stuff. It was good to hear that. I was like, all right, this great movie, timeless. I think I was about to say something else, but I can't quite remember. Might have to look at the notes. You got the notes available? I want to check that list because I want to make sure we don't forget anything. We need to look at our handy dandy notebook here. So, yeah. I think we got it all.
Hit everything.
I think we hit everything. So,
Final
appreciate
thoughts?
y'all. I would recommend going to see this if you can.
If it's in theaters near you.
There's not a whole lot of comedies that come out anymore, so it's good to see another comedy come back into the thing.
Yeah.
We have a new rating system based on, like I told him one time, I said, man, I know a movie's good based on how much popcorn I ate. So we're not really rating it like that, but we have a new system. No popcorn is like a bad movie. Popcorn bucket is a good movie. I'm going to give this one a large popcorn.
I'm going to say the same. I would say large popcorn. Not quite popcorn bucket, but a large.
Yeah.
It's a good movie.
Yep. Just the right amount of salt and butter on that popcorn. Well, hit those buttons.
Drop those comments.
And we'll see you next time.
Tomorrow is Thunderbolts.
Oh, yeah. And the next day, we're going to see Thunderbolts in IMAX Thursday. I'll be going with my daughter in Dolby on Friday. So look forward to those reviews. And we'll see you next time at the cinema. I forget our out tag. How did it go? I know we said